Folks, how you doing? Cyrus here. Been a week. I haven't uploaded anything. Unfortunately, I just wanted to upload everything daily, but the problem is that in Iran, we don't have strong internet. It means that whatever I make on my Sony camera, I can't upload it out of camera on YouTube because of the file size. It's very big actually, and I can't just put it on my phone and I just upload it on YouTube. It's kind of like impossible. It takes like forever to do that because it needs to be processed, it needs to be edited, and kind of like without my PC, that process, it's a total nightmare. And apart from that, I have a very weak laptop, which I cannot edit anything on that. It's very weak and it's kind of like impossible to do with my laptop. I need to change it, but I don't have any money for that. Let's forget about it. Let's get back to what actually happened in the week that I was away from YouTube. Well, one night, a friend of mine told me to go on a trip to north of Iran. And I just decided not to go to any trip until the moment to get better at programming. And it's like I'm going to the gym every day. I didn't want it to cancel that, and I wanted to just have my routine and everything. So trip is always just gonna bring a lot of troubles. You cannot have your diet well, you cannot have your routine well, and you have to just get along and trip with the people that are in there. Anyway, my friend just told me it's okay. I mean, like 2 days, it was 2 days off in my country. So we decided to go on this trip. And it wasn't good at all, let me be honest. It wasn't anything close to be what I expected it to be. It was awful. It was awful. There were a lot of negative energy just coming from every different angle, and I couldn't really handle it that well, so it made me feel super tired. And then we went to this trip Saturday, and we get back on Thursday, and then I had to go to my city Mashhad on Wednesday for doing some paperwork and stuff like that for some upcoming news, which when it happened I will tell on my YouTube. And then it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and a very, very close friend of mine told me let's go on a very short trip together and let's just talk after a long time, because we haven't met in 4 or 5 months. And I said, I'm super tired, but I know if we go together everything gonna be okay. So I accepted his deal and we went on a trip, and it happened on Tuesday. We went together on the road, we were on the road at 5 p.m. We got to the location at 12 a.m. and we had to sleep and went to a waterfall, very beautiful one, at 5 a.m. Friday, means today. And then we got back from there and we went to a very beautiful jungle, and then we had to get back to the city that I am now in, called Kuchan. So it was a very long week, not very satisfying, except the last part, which was the last trip that we had to the waterfall. It was kind of good. It made me feel totally okay. But apart from that, I'm here to talk about something more important than this. I'm not very into going on any sort of vacation. I'm not really that trippy guy. I'm not really good with going into the wild and having fun. as far as I know myself and my physique and my, mind, I know I have a very limited source of energy. So this limited source of energy is going to be consumed on learning and reading and just walking a bit and eating and a bit of sleeping. So everything more than that, if I do, I will lose my energy and I have to sleep. So I knew this before, but in this trip it became more, I can say more bold. Like I could see it more clearly like than before. And I started knowing something about myself. Maybe this will be somehow related to your personality as well. So I found out why I don't like going anywhere except my room. So I found out for going anywhere, people that are really in love with nature and stuff like that, when they go to a different location than their city, like into the wild, into the Greenland, they start absorbing energy, positive energy. They start liking everything. They start becoming energetic. They can spend their energy sharing their love with their friend and sharing the energy with their friend. And it actually makes them very energetic, like they actually can absorb energy. So the amount of energy that they spend to get to somewhere to be able to absorb energy is kind of like less than that. Less than the energy they absorb. So they spend this amount of energy and they absorb this amount of energy. And when it is less than this one, it's positive. The whole equation is positive, and they like going different places. Like we have people that are walking across the globe because they love it. So how can they love it? It's because of this formula: the amount of energy that they spend versus the amount of energy that they actually absorb. But for me, it's actually vice versa. The amount of energy that I spend to get to some beautiful location to have fun is this much, and the amount of energy that I absorb from that place is this much. So whenever I go to different places, I feel I'm wasted and overwhelmed by the energy that I spend. So I become so tired, and physically I cannot move, and I have to sleep, and I become so sleepy. On any trip that I go, I just want to sleep and don't do anything. So one of the problems that I was having too much troubles in the trip that I went on Saturday was that my friend didn't know me that much. And he was always poking me and forcing me to go to different places and walking together, playing together. And I just found myself after a while, I can say I had a big physical breakdown. I couldn't move, I couldn't think, I couldn't focus. And I was furious of these problems that I was facing that particular time. It was just like, why I cannot focus, why I cannot think. Like this is one of the things that I always do. I think, I just sit and I think. But with that physical breakdown, I couldn't even start thinking. And it was, the pain was all over my body, like the physical pain, the mental pain, and everything together. And I found out, to me, going on a vacation and going on a trip, going into the wild is not that much of a big deal, It's just like nothing. If I don't go there, I will be more happy, If I stay in my room and I just work with my computer, just like reading books and making videos, all these things can give me more energy than going out of my home and spending time with my friends and going into the wild and having fun. So it was a very important lesson that I got in this week, and I think this is one of the most important ones that I didn't figure it out before, but now I know it. And there are other lessons as well, but I don't want to make this video too long. So let me just stop this video and I will explain it in another one.